Utes are more popular than ever, but does the average Joe really know what a workhorse can do? We'll insert a city slicker like me into the Flinders Ranges and let's find out. I've joined the iVenture Club, Isuzu's off-road training program for its first big outback trek. Our journey starts in Adelaide and makes our way north through Balaclava, Jamestown and into the Flinders Ranges for an off-road adventure. So Isuzu offers training courses in almost every state, and it graduates with trips like this, 4 days in the Flinders Ranges. The Flinders trip takes those lessons learned from the individual training days and puts them to the ultimate test, whilst taking in some amazing views and passing reminders of Australia's early outback settlers. And probably the nicest part about this is you're not hitting these tracks alone. We're in a convoy, and if you run into any trouble, there's plenty of people to give you a hand. The 16-strong lineup of Isuzu D-Max and the 7-seat MU-X are under the watchful eye of our tour guide and four-wheel drive guru, David Wilson. And with the instructors on the trip pointing out the harder bits and which way to turn, how much accelerator to use, and you can really almost sit back and enjoy the ride as opposed to stressing out.
So get my arm in the middle of your bonnet.
With a classroom reminder of what driving modes to use, and the team walking the convoy through more difficult terrain.
Awesome placement. Gotcha.
All while giving four-wheel driving tips and tricks on the two-way radios equipped to every car. I didn't think tyre pressures would make such a difference, but just before we started to go off-road, we lowered it down to 18 psi, and that way the wheel now rolls over these sharper rocks and grips up when you're going downhill. This ute just chews up these roads. Well, I wouldn't really call them roads, more tracks. And for someone who's used to driving on roundabouts, this stuff is pretty insane. And to top it off, the scenery around here is just spectacular. The journey takes in some of the best views and trails the Flinders Ranges has to offer, but it wasn't only off-roading, with stops like Chambers Gorge, where a short bushwalk reveals the Adyamanatha Gallery, Indigenous Australian paintings and engravings that date back 40,000 years. The Billy Goat Ridge was the high point of the adventure. With giant drop-offs along the ridge, it was the most impressive and challenging off-roading. With increasingly steeper inclines littered with loose rocks, it was a test for both car and driver. Isuzu are really putting their money where their mouth is, showing how confident they are with the D-Max and the MU-X. I think it's a pity that only a small percentage of four-wheel drives get to go out on trips like this. It's really exactly what they were made for, not the school run. The iVenture Club really gives you a taste for adventure, where you can test your own car's limits in a supervised environment. If anything like mine, it will be filled with smiles and experiences you can remember for a lifetime.